Hey everybody, Paul here. Welcome to the channel. I just want to give you a little bit of background on the course you're about to start. I started making these animated videos when I first moved to Mexico back in 2015, and I created them to help out my English-speaking friends and neighbors who asked me to teach them Spanish, and well, I didn't really have time, so I made these lessons instead. I'm telling you all this because as you take the lessons, you're going to hear references to that blog, which no longer exists, and also to some exercises, which no longer exist. This course was actually replaced by one that I consider to be much better. It's called Zero to Conversational. That's going to be on my main Spanish site if you're interested in that. This course used to be on that channel, but I removed it to make room for that better course. And well, some folks really liked it and they asked me to put it back up, so I built a whole separate channel for it. So that gives you a little bit of the background. So let's go ahead and jump into lesson 1 and get started. You ready? This is the virtual version of me that's going to be walking you through this course. One of the major advantages you have to learning Spanish is that you already know English. You see, the two languages share common roots, and so there's a lot of similarities, especially in terms of vocabulary. Take a look at these words on the board. You should be familiar with all of them, right? They're pretty common English words. Well, they're also Spanish words, but you may not have recognized them when you heard them because of the way they're being pronounced. Animal, ceremonial, central, individual, legal, universal, municipal, ideal. See, they sound pretty different, right? The key to pronouncing these correctly in Spanish is to focus on the vowels, A, E, I, O, and U. This is a lot easier to do in Spanish than in English because in Spanish, there are only 5 vowel sounds. In English, these same 5 letters can have 15 vowel sounds. Let's go ahead and go through them. A sounds like A. E sounds like E. I sounds like E. O sounds like O. U sounds like U. Now that you know what the vowels sound like, you need a few words to practice them with. Well, earlier I showed you words that were identical between English and Spanish, and those are called cognates. They're words that are either the same or very similar because the two languages share them. Well, I'm going to teach you your first cognate trick. It's called the AL cognate trick, and it works like this. Many words that end in AL in English will be the same in Spanish. That means you don't have to do as much memorization. Isn't that a cool trick? The key is going to be to pronounce them properly, so we're going to go through them. We're going to start with animal, which in Spanish would be animal, animal. Ideal would be ideal, ideal. You really want to focus on those vowels. So that first I is a hard E, ideal. Natural will be natural, natural. Really want to focus on that U. It's like U, natural. We'll move on to cereal, and that's a hard E in English, but E in Spanish always sounds like E. Cereal, cereal. Go ahead and try these 4 on your own. I'll wait a moment. My turn now. Social, local, final, artificial. That last one's pretty tough. You got a lot of I's in there. And remember, those are hard E's. Artificial. Well, that's it for the first lesson. I encourage you to go out and practice your AL cognate trick and your pronunciation. Really focus on those 5 vowels. See you in the next lesson.